Congratulations, you finally started a blog. By now, you may have noticed that just writing a blog isn't getting you a ton of traffic. There may be some coming through search, but you figured out that it's not a set it and forget it kind of thing. Your blog's got to be marketed. Today, I want to dig into what that means and give you a few creative ideas to do it. When you're new to the blogging game, you're pretty much going to be unknown. You've never produced content before, and nobody knows that you are now. It's up to you to change that. If you've been blogging for a while and aren't seeing the traffic that you'd like, it's time to do something about it. Without a great promotion strategy, you're not going to see the traffic you need to grow your business. That's because search rankings take time to build before they'll provide traffic. They're the only form of passive traffic there is. Everything else is going to take promotion, and that all starts with you. Today, I'm going to share 11 creative ways to market your blog. Look, I'm not about to do a video with a total comprehensive list of ways to promote your blog. It'd be way too long and you'd never watch the whole thing. Instead, I got a list of 11 creative ways to market your blog. These ideas are fun, they don't take special skills, and they work at every level and in every industry. They don't require you've been blogging for long, nor do they require any level of success. Best of all, they work if you do. They're totally under your control. These tips are going to change your traffic for sure. One of the first things you can do to get your blog post noticed is start interacting with your industry. Find other blogs related to what you do. Search them for articles or topics that you're familiar with. This also happens to be an excellent opportunity to expand your own knowledge. When you find an article that you feel you can add to, it's time to head for the comment section. Tap into one or more of the author's points in the article, then add in the information with additional commentary of your own. Conversely, you can respectfully disagree with what was written and provide supporting evidence. If you have an article on your blog that supports the content you share, link to it. However, only do so if you provide a commentary that added to the reader's knowledge first. If you don't yet have something about the topic, it might be a good time to write something, then link back to it from that comment. The audience on that blog, who are already interested in the topics that you write about, will be happy to find more value from your blog. When you create content, it's normal to reference other authors. By pointing to other articles on the web, you're demonstrating that your content has authority. So as a natural course, the authors of those articles are reference points for your information. Since you're referencing them anyway, you might as well let them know. Whenever you link to a piece by another author, send an email to that author, or at least the website owner, letting them know. There's a pretty good chance that they'll opt to share your piece as evidence that their knowledge is valuable. They'll likely at least stop to read your piece. If it's truly valuable, they may even give a larger promotion to it. No matter the case, they'll introduce you to their followers, driving all kinds of new traffic to their blog. So long as you're in the habit of creating valuable content, those new visitors will start coming back for more. Since the reference is something you should be doing anyway, this is a quick and easy added step that should give your traffic a great bump. What if you could get exposure from lots of experts for the same article? Like, what if you could get 10 to 20 respected industry experts to share your article to their followers? Because that's something that's totally easy to do. Start by reaching out to those 10 to 20 experts. In fact, reach out to more than that if you want 10 to 20 to respond. Ask them all the same 1 or 2 questions about your industry. It can be anything about your industry, including recent developments or major news. Gather up the responses and make an article out of it. I think you can see where this is going, can't you? By including the expert opinions and viewpoints in your blog article, you're offering them an incentive to share. Once you publish the article, send them the link and ask them to promote it. Chances are you'll wind up with thousands of new visitors. And again, if you're regularly producing high quality content, they'll keep coming back for more. Your industry is full of influencers. These are the people that get attention and shape opinion about what you do. They're considered front runners and people to learn from. If you ever want to be one of them, you need to learn from them. They understand that and they want to improve their industry. That's why they're likely to answer your questions about one or more of their achievements. Find someone who's done something that your audience would like to duplicate. Reach out to them and interview them about the achievement. Find out how they did it, how they prepared for it, what it resulted in, and what they learned from it. Then publish the interview as a blog article. Like the interview that I did with RankWatch a while back about the future of SEO. Clearly, when you made a big deal about something an influencer has done, it's a boost to their ego. They're gonna share it, especially if you ask them nicely to. That's gonna bring you a ton of traffic from their fan base. It's also gonna have long-term SEO ramifications. There's a good chance that you're gonna wind up on page 1 for that person's name, especially if your industry influencers aren't Richard Branson or Elon Musk level celebrities. When someone searches for that influencer, they'll find your content, then your name is going to become known too. You know blogs aren't the only form of content, right? Of course you do. They shouldn't be the only format your content takes either. You need to break down your information to other content formats and spread it around. That's going to include a list of things, including images, memes, video clips, snaps, live streams, long form video, sound bits, podcasts, text bits, tweets, and LinkedIn articles, and pretty much any other form of content you like to tackle. No, that doesn't mean you need to hit all of these. What it does mean is that you need to take advantage of as many of them as you can handle, both technically and logistically. Creating quality forms of micro content makes your blog much more shareable and easier to ingest. Transforming your blog into video and audio formats allow advantages that text alone can't. And syndicated content gives you the access to audience you wouldn't normally have. All these are eventually going to feed traffic back to your site and to your other blog articles, especially if you're doing a good job of optimizing your content. You need to treat all these additional formats as top of the funnel content designed to lead viewers to the next step. If you keep your target destination in mind as you create it, you're going to have a ton more success. More of that traffic is going to convert to leads. If you're going to be checking out other formats anyway, podcasts are worth the time. Podcasts have several unique advantages over blog content. Primarily advantageous is the fact that your audience can listen while doing other things. But if you want to use a podcast to promote your blog, you want to do something other than just convert your blog content to the audio format. Use your podcast as a platform to make entirely new content. Think in terms of interviews with industry leaders, case studies of clients, and fireside chats about your industry. Address current industry news, recent industry developments, and tips and advice that your blog might address in further detail. Create tangential information that you can then reference a blog article from. In treating a podcast this way, you create a whole other form of media to distribute your blog content through. As you optimize your podcast to find listeners, you'll expose your blog to a whole new audience that you're building outside your site. In listening to your podcast, that audience will grow to like and trust you. That makes the information contained in your blog way more valuable to them than it otherwise would have been. When they start consuming content through multiple channels, your influence on their buying decisions grows. For some content creators, a pay-for-content system might be a good choice. However, maybe you're not looking to earn money from content alone. In that case, having your audience pay with a share might be the right selection. By leaving part of your content behind a share button gateway, your audience can unlock the entire article with a quick promotion. With enough initial value, you can let your readers be assured that they're not sharing something that won't help. However, if they want the real gold, they're going to have to help you promote it. It's a win-win for you and your audience. On most blogging platforms, it's simple to add a pay-by-share button. Usually all you need is a simple plugin, like WPMU's Pay with a Like plugin for WordPress. They're usually not that difficult to set up and come with expert support. Putting something like this in place allows valuable content to go viral much easier and lets you know what the people really want to know. Those shares work like a recommendation too, giving credibility to your content from your readers. A great way to get more people in front of your content is to be where there's more people. Guest blogging for others in your industry does exactly that. Imagine what it would do for you to place fresh, new, relevant content in front of a pre-existing audience that's interested in what you know. Then imagine if that audience had a quick way to get to the other content you created. Do you think you'd have the kind of traffic that could create a lot of leads? By providing guest content to others in your industry, you get to build your reputation within your industry. You're also getting a kind of endorsement from the blog owner that you guest posted for. And as long as you provide real value to the blog owner, you'll likely get more opportunities to guest post in the future. That's going to lead to some great SEO results like quality backlinks that prove relevance. Getting permission to guest post on a blog in your industry isn't difficult either. It does, however, require patience. You're going to need to contact many blog owners before you find one that will give you a shot. Once you do, and you do well for them, more opportunities will come more frequently. If you apply to any of the principles we talked about so far, it's likely you've gained a little fame for your blog. That means you're becoming an expert in your field. When that happens, your knowledge becomes an asset to other influencers in your field. They're going to want you on their podcasts. However, many podcasters have no idea that you're available for this, so you have to reach out to them. Find other influencers both above and below your level of fame. Email them with an offer to bring value to their podcast. Inevitably, some of them will take you up on the offer. Most of the time, you won't even need to leave your own podcast studio. With software like Zencaster or Cast, you could join podcasts remotely. That's going to put you in the reach of podcasters all over the world, allowing you to reach audiences that you never thought you could. And if you bring value to their show, their audiences will end up checking out your content. In the same way that you gain new traffic through guest posting, you'll end up with new traffic as a result of podcasters. When that traffic finds the value you produce on a regular basis, they're going to keep coming back. Ask for expert advice. This time we're going to take your expert roundup to the next level. Instead of solely relying on experts in your field to provide the information, ask them to provide feedback on an article you're writing. For example, let's use an article on podcasting. Though I didn't reach out to anyone for my last podcasting article, I could have potentially reached out to podcasting expert John Lee Dumas. He would have given me some feedback about the power of podcasting for small businesses as a content model. After all, he runs one of the most successful entrepreneur podcasts of all time. He's sure to have some sage advice. I could then include that advice within the podcasting article. If I did that for every article, my content value would increase dramatically. I could then ask JLD or any other contributing expert to share the link once the article is published. With that kind of distribution, again, I'd reach thousands of people that would have never heard of my blog before, and they'll stay around if I'm providing more of the value that brought them in the first place. Now that you've got some decent traffic and are seeing the real value of what a blog can do, it's time to let others benefit. In the same way you were struggling to become a guest writer for other influencers' blogs, there are others out there trying to get their content seen. Some of them may have followed the tips here and reached out to you already. It's time to get some guest writers of your own. Reach out to up-and-coming bloggers in your industry as well as major influencers. Give them the opportunity to write content for your audience. As an added value, offer to write content back for them. Obviously, they're going to promote the hell out of that content because just like you, they're looking for more traffic to their sites. Their audiences will come for their content and stay for yours. That's the way cross-promotion works. Because of the added exchange, if you're also writing for them, they're going to put your name in front of their blog's audience. You can expect the same result as you would any other time you guest post. With a little creativity and some willingness to work, you can get your blog in front of thousands of new readers. Like I said, you don't need any technical skills, just the ability to keep asking people to help. If you can take the no's until you can get the yeses, you're going to see traffic that grows exponentially. Just make sure the quality always comes first. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today's episode. I hope you found some real value in what we shared and you get some real ideas of how to market your blog better in the future. If you found something in this video that provided real value, do me a favor, make sure you hit that like button right there. While you're at it, ring that bell, subscribe, that way you don't miss any future videos. If you can also comment below, let me know the most valuable piece of advice that I shared today. That'll help me create better content for you in the future. We'll catch you next Friday with another video. Have an excellent week. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Today, I want to help you get your blog launched successfully. I'm going to give you our 10-step guide to launching a blog. In order to download it, all you have to do is visit visceralconcepts.com/YouTube-blog-launch. Put your first name, last name, and email address in the form, and we'll email you our guide so you can launch your blog and get it off on the right foot. You're about to learn how to launch a blog the right way. This guide is going to walk you through all the steps to getting your blog off to a successful start. It's going to teach you how to determine who you're writing for, build an idea list that never goes out of style, decide what platform to use, create your blog style, build your strategy, and so much more. Again, in order to download it, all you have to do is visit visceralconcepts.com/YouTube-blog-launch, put your first name, last name, and email address in the form, and we'll send it to you so you can put it to use and get your blog off on the right foot right now.